Good morning. It is Monday, March 7th, which means my birthday's tomorrow. Yay! This is the start of another weekly reading vlog. Oh, my makeup is a disaster already. Today at work, I will be finishing The Boys of Brayshaw High by Megan Brandy. I'm not loving it. I'm about halfway through. I'm just probably sitting at like a 3-star. Which just is average. That's what I'm going with. The last couple books have all just been average. Although The Bully was 5 stars for sure. And then I will also possibly finish A Certain Appeal by Vanessa King. That was one of my 12 books by 12 friends from Instagram. It's a Pride and Prejudice retelling with like a burlesque backdrop. It's good. It's cute so far. Very much it's all the same character names, so it's easy to kind of tell who's who and what's happening. So we'll see if it gets, right now I'm feeling like a 3.5, 4 star. It could potentially be 4, 4.5. We'll see how the ending goes, and how it all the reveals and everything play out. But yeah, I need to go into work because my boss is already here today, so that means I need to go because I can't be late, and it's almost 8 o'clock, so I will talk to you all in the next one. Good evening. It's Monday, and I finished Boys of Brayshaw High while I was at work today. I'm giving it like 3.5, 3 stars. It was an okay read. I mean, I might continue the series. I might not. We'll see. I'm not going to continue. I'm not dying to continue it, but it did end on cliffhanger. But yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And then I started Flagrant by Alexandra House, and I'm enjoying it. It's very heavy on cheating, but I kind of knew that going in because it says something about it in the bio part, but the blurb, the bio of the book, in the blurb, it says something about it. So yeah. And then because my birthday is in a few short hours, I started my reread of my favorite book. And even though I've already tabbed it, I'm going back and annotating. I'm writing down my favorite parts and everything because I love this book so much. And hey, I'm almost the birthday girl, so it works out. And then I'm also reading A Certain Appeal. So I got a lot of books going today. But I think I'm done with this for the night. I read 2 chapters. I might listen to it tomorrow at work. We'll see. But I will finish Flagrant tomorrow at work for sure. And I got about 7 chapters left of A Certain Appeal. So I might be able to finish it tonight. Because right now, the fantastic late night crew of Rye, Mel, and Cassidy are doing late night sprints, which is the best. I love watching late night sprints. I'll tag the channels below. So they're doing late night sprints, and so I'll just keep reading. I'm going to try to stay awake till midnight, because that's when it's my birthday. And so it'd be fun to be awake at midnight, especially if they're doing sprints, so. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I'll talk to you all tomorrow morning on my birthday. Woohoo! Bye for now. Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 8th, which means it's my birthday. Woo! Yeah, I'm 31 today, so that's fun. But I just got to work. I went and got my Starbucks so I could get my reward for my birthday. And so I did that this morning. Got ready, of course. Yeah. So I finished A Certain Appeal last night. It was cute. Probably like 4 stars. It's surprisingly spicy. I mean, it was a slow burn, so the steam took a while, but surprisingly steamy. And then I decided to pick up the unofficial book club book for the late night Crew, which is Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I don't know. It's a epic high fantasy, so we'll see. I'm not a big fantasy person, so it'll be interesting. But I gotta go because I gotta go into work. I'll talk to you about in the next one. Good evening. It's Tuesday night, and I'm gonna film my vlog clip here because I don't know that I'll read a ton tonight. I finished Flagrant while I was at work by Alexandria House. It's a black love kind of second chance romance. It does have cheating. That book was a mess, y'all, but it was so good. Like, it was a good mess. The end kind of broke my heart. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. 4.5, rounded down to 4, just because the cheating was a lot. And it was like, it was the main plot point of the book. So, and then, this is probably going to sound really bratty, and I'm not meaning it this way at all. So my work got me 4 books today. And the way that they worded why they bought me these 4 kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because, I am a primarily romance reader. I know, everyone knows that. It's a common thing. And I talk about some of the crazy bonkers romances that I read. But, like, I don't necessarily have all of those on my Amazon wishlist. And my coworker that bought the books, she had access to my Amazon wishlist. And she bought me 4 books. I definitely will give 3 of them a try. One of them I just have no desire at all to read. And I will probably try to take it to Barnes & Noble and sell it back just because I don't have any desire to read it. And I get it. They don't want to buy mafia books on a company card. They don't want to, there's certain, but like on my Amazon wish list, I have like a special edition of Pride and Prejudice that is cheaper than like the main price of some of these. I have a special edition of ACOTAR, which is a YA fantasy. I have the Folk of the Air trilogy on my wish list. Like, I have things on there that aren't mafia, reverse harem, crazy bonkers romances. And so it kind of rubbed me the wrong way that, like, they bought me these because they didn't want to buy me a bunch of books of people having sex. And, like, I get that. That's fine. It's become, like, a joke in the office that's what I read. But I also read other stuff, as you guys have seen. But just, I don't know. These are not, and they're not even, like, there are books that are marketed as romances that aren't romances. And I have such a problem with those. So, we'll see. The one that actually sounds the best to me is Highlander's Captive by Mariah Stone. Mostly because it's a time travel Highlander romance. I love a good Highlander. And when I looked it up, the audiobook is narrated by Shane East, and I love his voice. So this one I am really excited about. I might do like a dual, like, read and listen for it and it's indie pubbed. It's self-pub, which is great. I love that. They bought me one of those. And then she bought me which I know that Francine Rivers is a great author, and she writes very emotional, hard-hitting books. But they're Christian romances, I just don't know how I feel about this. My cousin is calling me so that his daughters can wish me a happy birthday. So I will film more of a clip in a minute. Bye. Sorry, my cousin was calling me, and so I had to answer. But then they got to me Sex and Vanity by Kevin Kwan. This is the author of the Crazy Rich Asian series. I don't know that I have any desire to read this. I might give it a try. But, like, this book is listed at $26.95. They could have bought me the $22 special edition ACOTAR book for that. And it'd be a book that I really do want to read. Or own. I guess I've already read it, so. But, we'll see. A young woman finds herself torn between 2 worlds, the WASP establishment and her father's family, and George Zhao, a man she's desperately trying to avoid falling in love with. It is a romance, maybe. It's probably more women's fiction with a romantic subplot. I might give it a try. I might So I looked, and every single one of these has an audiobook with it. So I might do like a read and listen, and like if I end up really loving them when I listen to them, I might keep them. We'll see. And then the one that I just really, I don't ever see myself reading, because I've read a book by this author before, and it's just not my cup of tea at all, in the slightest. Butler by Danielle Steele. I mean, like, people talk about like historical romances as being like books that your mom reads and whatever. No, this is what I think of moms and grandmas and stuff reading. And I'm just not interested. This one is one I really probably will try to take back to a Barnes & Noble, because I know myself and I just don't have any desire to read it. Again, it has an audiobook. Maybe I'll listen to the audiobook. It's not that long. I mean, it's got big print. So, we'll see. But again, I don't know. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. I'm super grateful that my work got me books at all. It's just, it bothered me the way that they like explained why they picked these out for me, because they didn't want to buy me romance books. And it's like, then just don't buy me books. Or go through my Amazon wish list. There's plenty of romances with discreet covers. The people that are checking the like pro card aren't going to be going on Amazon and looking at the synopses of these books. They just aren't. I know they're not, because, sorry, I was getting another phone call. I know they're not, because they don't care. I mean, I have plenty of discreet cover romances. I have all of Sophie Lark's discreet covers on my wish list, along with her non-discreet covers. Like, there's so many books that they could have gotten me. And they could have just got me one, and I would have been so excited. But instead, they bought me 4 books that I'm not really all that excited about reading. So, I'm a little disappointed, but it is what it is. But I also checked my mail, and I got some cards. I got one. I'm a member of Bree from In Love and Words channel. I'm not going to show the front because it has my address and her P.O. box. But it's a card, and it just says, happy birthday, and it came with a sticker, because Bree has like a sticker shop. So it says, read all day, which I love to do. And then a card that just says happy birthday, and it has a little note. So thank you, Bree. I love that. And then my grandma sent me a card. I'm not even gonna, because she put her address on the back and my address on the front. So fun little shoe. And then some money. So just a little fun card. And then my mother got me a card with a Target gift card and a Starbucks gift card. So it says it's from my mom and dad, which my dad still, it is 5 o'clock where I live, and it is 3 o'clock where he lives. He has not called me. He has not texted me. He has not Facebook messaged me. He has done nothing. I'm a little disappointed that he has done none of those things. So we'll see. They usually FaceTime my family on my birthday, so I might call them later, but I might not if my dad has not wished me a happy birthday. And then my mom also sent me Bundt Cakes. Again, not trying to be a brat, and I know that this was not her choosing, but they were supposed to be a red velvet. She asked them for 2 confettis and a red velvet, and they sent me 2 confettis and a strawberries and cream, which is fine. I don't like strawberries. I don't like strawberry cake, so that one is, I will probably end up taking it back to the office. I meant to leave it there and brought it home. I even said something. I was like, so did you get to not get to pick the flavors? And she goes, no, they sent the wrong one. It was supposed to be red velvet. Because her and I both, that's our favorite kind of cake. So that's why she said that. And then one of my coworkers is on vacation this week, so I couldn't take time off for my birthday. So she sent me Milk Bar truffles. I'm so excited. She got me birthday cake truffles from Milk Bar. I love Milk Bar truffles, like so much. So I'm super excited about those. But yeah, well, that's my little birthday haul. that I got. All of the fun things that I've gotten so far. Coworkers can take me out to dinner. And yeah, I'm just gonna hang out. But that is all I have. I didn't mean to sound bratty, but I feel like I did. But I'm just a little disappointed. You know, I think it's more I felt hurt by like their judgment of like the books that I read, because it shouldn't matter what I read. I don't judge them for reading clean romances where people barely even have a kiss. That's fine. That's your choice. That's what you want to read. I don't find joy in those. I mean, I do. I have read some. I mean, one of my favorite books last year was This Time Next Year. I loved that book. It was a great book. Meet Me in Paradise. Again, a great book. Very women's fiction, romance subplots. Totally happy. Love them. Fantastic. The Paris Library. Historical fiction that I really enjoyed. But just, I don't know. Like the way that they worded it, that they weren't going to buy me mafia romances because those are inappropriate for work. That's fine. But you could have, there's so many other genres. Like, I hated that they looked for romances instead of, like, I would have much rather, like, if they would have got me 4 historical fictions, fantastic. I would have been so excited because I do enjoy historical fiction. But, like, to go searching for romances that were clean romances bugs me, because that's literally what she said she did. And so it's just like, I would have rather you just told me you found 4 historical fictions or 4 nonfictions. Shit, she could have gone and got me 4 books about how to save money or how to be a better communicator, because my job is all about communication. She could have got me 4 books like that, and I would have been like, awesome, I will read these. I read 1 nonfiction book a month. Check. But no, it's just the way that they went about this. I'm sorry. I'm going off on a rant, and I really shouldn't, because I should be grateful. I am. That was so nice of my work to buy me 4 books. And I will definitely at least listen to the audios. And this one, the one I really am, like, I cannot wait for this one. It sounds so good. And I know I was looking on Goodreads, and Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life has read it, and she gave it 4 stars. So that means it's got to be good. So I will definitely, I mean, and it sounds really good. It's Highlander. So, and then, I mean, I will give Francine Rivers a try. It's not my usual, but I know that she does write really good. I mean, I haven't read Redeeming Love, but I know people love it. And it's not, like, it might make me very emotional. Plus, I mean, the Naked hardback is actually really pretty too, so there's that. So I might give this one a try for sure. But yeah, the Danielle Steele. That's going to Barnes & Noble immediately. And if my coworkers ask if I read it, I'll be like, yeah, I didn't like it. And that's one of those things that, like, it's more, I know the author, and I know I don't like books written by that author, so why should I even try to read it when I know I'm going to rate it low, give it a low rating? So there's no point. But yeah, I am super excited for my milk bar truffles. I think I'm going to have one before I leave. Yeah, I gotta go because I want to get a chapter read of Blood and Fire, because late night sprints are happening tonight, and usually they're reading the unofficial book club book during late night sprints, but I obviously can't attend late night sprints because I'm going out to dinner. So, yeah, I better go. I will talk to y'all in the next one. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday afternoon. I didn't update you guys this morning because I really didn't read anything yesterday. I read a couple chapters of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill, the officially unofficial book club book for the month. So I don't have any thoughts really on it. But yeah, I listened to a book, like a short little novella It was cute. 3.5 stars. No steam, which you think it would be because of how like the premise is. It's NFL player and sister of teammate. I wouldn't say brother's best friend because they're not really that close. But NFL player and sister of teammate wake up in Vegas married. You would think that it would be more steamy times, but there was none. She is basically her brother's glorified babysitter, and the third act conflict, which I guess technically there's a third act. The third act conflict was her breaking up with the guy because instead of taking care of her brother, she was on a date with him. And her brother's a grown-ass man, so that was really kind of annoying. So yeah, I gave it 3 stars. 3.5. It was meh. I've really been on a 3-star train this month, which is not fun. So hopefully I can get some better reads going. But yeah, it's lunch. So I'm gonna just hang out and read. I gotta get a little bit further into the officially unofficial book club book because I'm way behind everyone else because they had all started and I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. But I should be able to get kind of caught up this afternoon. I'm only a couple chapters behind, so, but yeah, that's all. I will probably start another book after lunch. I'm thinking I might listen to, I got a couple books on audio. I haven't listened to a historical yet this week, so maybe I'll do I have If the Duke Demands by Anna Harrington, and I've heard really good things. I know Jess from Peace Love Books absolutely loves that book, so I might do that. We'll see. I will decide later. I'll talk to you on the next one. Good evening. It is Wednesday night, and I kicked butt at reading today. I listened to 2 books at work. I talked about one in my last clip. I listened to that before lunch, and then after lunch I listened to a book called Mountain Desires or something. It was an erotic menage romance. I didn't read it because honestly I didn't know what to expect from it, and I feel like I was expecting more, but I also was kind of expecting less, so I'm just not gonna read it. Also, I was hoping it would be MMF, but it was MFM, which is fine, but I just was hoping for something a little different, so that's why I'm not reading it. But it was decent. I kind of wish that there was multiple narrators because the book has multiple POVs, but so it was kind of hard, especially because there's 2 men. And the female and the narrator is a female, and so she tells both of the men's sides of the story, and she doesn't differentiate the voice, so kind of weird. It was hard to figure out who was who, but that's fine. Not everyone can do that. And then I started Devious Lies by Parker S. Huntington, and it's an age gap. Enemies or hate to love, one night stand kind of thing, revenge plot. I don't know. It's interesting. It's also very pretentious. So we'll see how I feel about it at the end. But it does have Sebastian York, and I love his voice. I love his narration, so I'm cool with that. I got probably about 25%, 30% through. It's sitting at a 3.5, which is pretty much how all of my reading is going this month, but that's fine. And then I got to close to where the officially unofficial book club was last night, chapter 11. And so I'm still super confused. I don't read high fantasy, so I'm real confused. We'll see what happens. I want to keep going. I'll probably finish it this weekend, but after work, because even though they're doing sprints, it's not an unofficial book club night, because Cassidy wasn't on the sprint, so it was just Mel and Rye and Pris joined. I started The Spy by Sophie Lark, and holy crap. I figured out who the spy was. Like, I had thoughts, and I kind of guessed. I mean, honestly, Sophie Lark kind of points it out in the third one, who the spy is. But, yeah. There was a part that just happened that I just read about. And I had to message Jen from the Book Refuge because she has read them all and is totally a Sophie Lark fangirl. And I messaged her and she had to kind of talk me down. I'm not going to say what I messaged her about because massive, massive spoilers. Because yes, you can spoil this book. So, and I totally see why that, yes, it is a complete standalone and you could read it. It will have its own story. It will end up with its own HEA. I see why the reading order is important because it's just perfection. Just utter perfection. I love it. So much. So much. But yeah, I'm already obsessed. I'm only like 15% through and I can already tell you this is going to be 5. I don't think anything could happen that Sophie Lark could do that would make it less than this. Yeah, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. Loving it so much. But yeah, that is all. I'm going to keep reading The Spy because, yeah, I'm 18% in. And if I could get to like 30% tonight, that would be fantastic. I think I can. So, but yeah, that is all I have. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Good morning. It is Friday morning, and I feel like crap. I think it's allergies, but it's whatever. I still have to come into the office because my plant doesn't care about COVID. I'll just avoid people all day because I'm about 99% sure it's allergies because my allergies always get really bad when the seasons start to change, especially going from winter to spring and spring to summer. That's when it's really, really bad. But yeah, my eyes are really itchy and my sinusy area is not fun. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for reading updates. So I didn't update you guys at all yesterday because yesterday was just a shitty day. And I finished Devious Lies by Parker S. Huntington. It was pretty, I actually really ended up enjoying it. I gave it 4.5 stars. The end was really good. And then I just read Of Blood and Fire last night, and I got to about 65%, and I'm starting to understand it more. It's because it's a high fantasy, and I don't read high fantasy, especially when there's no romance. But I'm starting to kind of enjoy it, kind of understand it and enjoy it. It's a chosen one trope, dragons. So it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I need to go because it's time to go to work. I'll talk to you all later. Good evening. It's Friday night, and it's really not even that late, but it feels really late because I feel absolutely terrible. But I listened to Your Dad Will Do at work today. It was good, steamy, erotic novella. The audio and book narrator, her voice was awesome. I'm not really big into the daddy kink thing. Like, I'm just not really into daddy kink, so that kind of turned me off of it, but it was still really good. I'm kind of on a ex-boyfriend's dad kick right now. So yeah, I listened to that. And then I came home and I finished The Spy by Sophie Lark, and oh my god, that book was everything. Just utter perfection. Absolutely loved it. Loved all the reveals. I laughed, I cried, I did all of it. It was amazing. So perfect. The way it ended, the last bit of it, oh my God. Getting the epilogue and getting to see all of the 4 couples from the 4 main Kingmakers books just was, so good. I have 2 more books I have to read before I can get to the Spy, or before I can get to the Savage, which comes out on Wednesday. I think whatever the 3rd book in Underworld is, and then Dom, which I know is Adric's dad. And I know she has 4 other books in Underworld, but I don't think you necessarily have to read all 8 Underworld books before you get to the Savage, just because I don't know that they connect quite as much as the first 4 do. But yeah, oh my God, it was so good. It will probably be a favorite of the year. I'm calling it now. It will be a favorite of the year. So yeah, that is all I have for now. I am going to take one of my at-home COVID tests because my stomach hurts and my head hurts. And I don't know if it's just, I don't think it's just allergies anymore. So that's fun. But yeah, I'm going to take my COVID test, and I don't know that I'll read anything else tonight just because I have literally been reading since I got off work, not stopping at all. Except for a short amount of time. But yeah, that's all I have. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good evening. It's Saturday night, and I have just spent the day relaxing and reading and doing laundry. As I told you guys last night, I finished The Spy by Sophie Lark, and I absolutely adored it. Still, thinking about it, it'll live rent free in my brain for a really long time. And then I decided to pick up one of the books from my physical TBR, Arrogant Assassin. It's just a short little book. It was actually pretty cute. I enjoyed it. Surprisingly, quite a bit of steam, but not straight up erotica, so I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. Basically, this girl spills a drink on a guy on a flight, and it was instant hate, which then, of course, turns to love. There were a few weird time jumps in there, but they made sense to the story, so I didn't hate them completely. But yeah. Then I started Empire the Vampire, because that's a big boy, and I don't have a ton of time between now and the end of the month to get it done. So I figured I'd start it and just read 60-ish pages a day to hopefully get to the end. So I don't really have much to say other than I learned what a Silver Saint is, which I had no idea. So yeah. And then I've been reading Of Blood and Fire because I think the plan for the officially unofficial book club is to have it done tomorrow. So, but I think I'm done for tonight reading it because I only have about 20% left, which is not hard to do. So I should be able to get that done tomorrow. No problem. I think I'm going to start Roman by Sophie Lark because I think it's Roman is the 3rd. Because I have 2 more books I have to read before I can read The Savage. I won't be able to pick up The Savage until because it comes out Wednesday. I probably won't be able to pick it up until the following week anyways. Maybe even not even until the last week of the month, just because I have a plan for the following week. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Super excited. I don't know that I necessarily have to read these next 2 either. But I do know that Adric is Dom's son, and Dom is the 4th book. And I want to read them in order. So I have to read Roman first, which it's only 300 pages, so it's a shorty. I should be able to get it done. If I start it tonight, I should be able to finish it tomorrow, and then Dom is around the same. So amount of pages, so we'll see. But yeah, that's all I have for now. I am going to go. It's been a super lazy day, and tomorrow will probably be the same, because even though I feel better, I think I was really, really tired. Like, I was just exhausted physically, mentally, emotionally. So it, like, made me seem sick. I did take a COVID test, and it was negative, so I don't have that. I think it's a combination of allergies and just exhaustion. I slept for like 12 hours last night, and I woke up and I felt a lot better. I mean, I still don't feel like 100%, but my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. So that's positive. But I still think I'm just gonna like take it easy this weekend, because I know next weekend I will not be taking it easy at all. So yeah, but that is all I have. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and I stayed awake stupid late last night. I saw the time go from 1 to 3, so that's fun. I was awake when we lost the hour instead of sleeping through it, but whatever. The reason I stayed awake is because I started and finished Roman by Sophie Lark last night. I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, after reading her most recent release in the Kingmaker series, The Spy, it's hard to compare. I mean, The Spy is just so much better written, because she's just gotten to be such a better writer. But I still really enjoyed it. I liked Mila and Roman. They were good. I loved the enemies to lovers, like the bully romance aspect of it, without him being horrific, like a horrific bully. I mean, he did some kind of shady stuff to her in the early chapter, but he made up for it like 100-fold. I felt like he really did grovel. I honestly think Sophie Lark could write a bully romance that people would love, and it would work. But then I immediately started reading Dom, because Dom is Adric's dad, and so I figured at least I'd get caught up to there before The Savage comes out. And so Dom, I thought was going to be captive, but it's not. At least not yet. We'll see what happens. But Dom is going to fall in love with the police commissioner's daughter, and the police commissioner is obviously trying to take down the Bravo. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I am going to go, because I need to get out of bed and make some coffee, because if I don't, I will have the most horrific headache known to man. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do that, and I will talk to y'all later. Good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon, and I have already finished Dom by Sophie Lark. It's the 4th book in the Underworld series. It's Adric's dad and his mom, so I wanted to read that before The Savage. It was just so cute and perfect, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I know that it has like the pregnancy trope, but it's not secret baby, so I don't hate it. I don't hate pregnancy tropes. I just don't like surprise baby, or I don't like secret baby. I don't mind surprise baby. So yeah, it had surprise baby, which we know is Adric, who is the hero in The Savage. So pretty excited for that. It was so cute. It was very like low angst for a Sophie Lark book. It was kind of insta-love, but it still like it was like a slow burn insta-love, which is weird to say. It didn't take them long after knowing each other to like hook up and like fall in love, but it also wasn't just like the day they met, they were doing it. He like took her on dates and like took her out to eat and things, and they didn't hook up until they didn't do anything. Well, I guess they did until but whatever. It's fine. It was still really good. I enjoyed it. 5 stars. I think at this point I have read all but 4 of the Underworld books, and then her 3 standalones. So, oh, and then the second book in the duet, there is no double. I haven't read that one yet. But I've read a lot of her books at this point, and not a single one has gotten less than 4 stars. So yeah, I can call myself a Sophie Lark fan at this point. I mean, I was looking at this, on my Instagram, I post like my reading updates, and this weekend I finished 4 books so far, and I finished 3 of them were Sophie Lark books, and the 4th was called Arrogant Assassin. So all 4 books that I finished this weekend had tattooed men on the cover, and 3 of them were Sophie Lark. So, I mean, I know I still have some time, and I probably will finish Of Blood and Fire tonight, but that's besides the point. But then, so because I remember Dominic shows up in The Bully, in the beginning of The Bully, and so I had to go back and like read a little bit, because for some reason I was thinking that it meant something about like that. I thought it said something about how he was still faithful to his wife even though she was gone. No, I was wrong. And I was like, no, there's no way. Sophie Lark wouldn't do that. She will not get rid of the HEA. And he had said, why drink from the toilet when I have wine at home? And so that was just, beautiful. Like, the way that her heroes are just simps for the heroines is just perfection all the time. But I loved it, for sure. Dom might be a new favorite hero. I don't know. I think after I've read all of her books, I'm gonna go through and like rank my favorites. I also really already want to do a reread of everything, so we'll see. I got some money for my birthday, and so I'm trying to decide what books I want to buy. If I want to buy it. I definitely want to get The Spy, but I posted a poll on Instagram of whether I should buy her books in order, because I own Brutal Prince, because that was my favorite up until The Spy. That was my favorite, and so I owned that one, and so now I'm like, do I want to just keep going in order and like go with Stolen Air? But sometimes I go back and forth, and like, honestly, Stolen Air was like my second to least favorite of the whole Brutal Birthright series. So it's like, do I really want to own that one before I own a book like The Bully or The Spy or Savage Lover or Ivan? So I don't know. Or do I go and buy like the first book in each series? But then I think about it, because The Heir was my least favorite of the Kingmakers. So I don't really want to, like, that's low on my list of like wanting to own a Sophie Lark book. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I have just been watching YouTube, and I think I'm going to record a video because the sun is going to be out for a while. So, and it's not even 4 o'clock yet. I need to fix my clock behind me. But yeah, that's all I have. I'll talk to you on the next one. Good evening. It's Sunday night, and it's time to close out the vlog. I just finished my final book for the vlog, which was Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I'm still confused. I guess it's because I'm not a fantasy reader. I'm still confused. The one romance part of it didn't end up being a romance. So, I don't know. I would probably... I don't know that I'm going to rate it, just because I enjoyed it. Like, I had a decent time reading it. So I guess I'd probably give it like 3.5, just based off that. But like, it's just not my usual genre. So I feel weird rating it, because it wasn't necessarily, like, it's not something I'm ever going to recommend on my channel. But I still enjoyed it. I mean, I had a good time. I had an overall good time. So yeah, I guess I'd probably give it 3.5, just because I was confused for half of it. And I felt like a lot of it happened at the end. And like, it was like so much happened at the end. And there was a lot of stuff, like slice of life stuff, which I really enjoyed, the slice of life stuff. But I kind of wish like the slice of life stuff with the action would have kind of been interwoven. But so yeah, I'll probably give it like 3.5. And I might continue on with the series just because, you know, I read the first one. I might as well see what happens. I mean, it didn't really end on like a huge cliffhanger or anything. So, but yeah, it was decent. But that is all I have for now. I have read a lot of Sophie Lark this week, and I read a high fantasy, and I watched a lot of sprints, and I ranted about people calling books romances when they're really women's fiction. Oh, and one other thing that I haven't ranted about, but I'm about to. Baseball finally is back. The lockout is over, thankfully, which is great. The regular season will start in mid-April, so a few weeks later than it was supposed to, but not terrible. Clayton Kershaw is back as Dodger, thank God. The A's doing what the A's do and traded Chris Bassett, of course, which means Matt Olson will probably be gone soon, and so will Matt Chapman, because that's what the A's do. They blow it all up, and they suck for 2 years, and then they get a bunch of nobodies who end up being really good, and they're good for a couple years, and then they blow it all up again, and it's just the cycle of being an A's fan. So yeah, but the Dodgers kept Kershaw, so my heart is happy. And I guess Tom Brady unretired? I don't know. I don't understand it. So yeah, that's all I have for now. If you made it to the end of this vlog, leave me a birthday cake emoji, because it was my birthday this week. And that was the biggest part of the week. So yeah. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how your week went. Talk to you later.